All right, so that's it. Joe Biden's out. He's no longer running for president of the United States of America. Somehow he's still well enough to be president of the United States of America. We got about 106 days until the election. And then there's another 2 months until the inauguration. So Joe Biden's going to be president for about another 185 days. He's not well enough to run for president, but somehow well enough to be president. They're going to have to navigate that one over the next few months somehow. Joe Biden has endorsed Kamala Harris. This is very interesting. This gets rid of any open convention drama. I don't think that was even an option for the Democrats. I talked to Emma Jo Morris. I asked her, I said, this months ago, I said, what about Gavin Newsom jumping in and running against Trump? And she said, no, Gavin's not going to do it because Gavin wants to be president one day. No Democrat in their right mind would run against Trump right now. You can't just like snap your fingers and run a huge campaign like that. You don't have the infrastructure, you don't have the team, you don't have the money. You can't do that. So no Democrat wants this job except for Kamala. And this is, goodness, her only chance is right now. She couldn't make it through the primaries in 2020, through the Democratic primary. She didn't even make it to Iowa, the caucus. So she can't even make it through the Democratic primaries. There's no way she could ever get this close to the presidency ever again. She's literally the only one who could even try, who would even try to go against Donald Trump. Could you imagine the debate that presumably will happen? They'll never let it happen. Who am I kidding? Trump versus Kamala in a debate. Beautiful. All right, so final initial thought is the only reason they wanted Joe gone isn't because of his Alzheimer's, isn't because of his dementia or senility or Parkinson's or anything. They would have hid this and rid this as long as they could, rode this as long as they could have. It's because he's so far down in the polls. Trump is just clobbering every single swing state. Trump is way ahead. Every single, he's like up 7 in Michigan. Like, forget it. This election, poll-wise, so completely over it with Joe. That's why the deep state had to kick Joe Biden out. It was Joe Biden versus the deep state, and the deep state won. Now, whenever I mention something like, oh, Trump's way ahead, great news, the polls, blah, blah, I always get all these emails. People are like, Slater, you got to pretend like you're 20 points behind. Yes, of course, we still got to do the work. I mean, don't think they're still going to cheat. Of course, we still got to do the work and get it across the finish line. But don't worry, it would have been nice if Joe stayed in the race. Trump definitely would have won there, but he'll do just as good up against Kamala. No question. Remember, she's the border czar. She's got a lot to answer to. This will be fine.